You are not supposed to scroll past this. This moment, this exact second, was divinely timed. Something stronger than coincidence pulled you here. Something sacred whispered, pause. Read. Receive, and deep down, you feel it. You know this isn't random. This message is for you. It has your name written in invisible ink. It carries the very words your heart didn't know it was desperate for. Because somewhere within, beneath the layers you show the world, you're wrestling with questions too heavy to carry alone. You're hurting in places you can't explain. You're holding on to battles that never make it into conversation. You smile in crowds, but scream in silence. You show up, but barely hold on. You're fading behind the strength you fake. And it's exhausting, isn't it? You've reached that quiet breaking point, where the weight of it all feels like it might collapse you. Where prayers feel like they vanish into the void. Where dreams feel more like distant echoes than coming promises. Where heaven feels silent, and your soul is begging for a whisper. Just one. Anything. But before you surrender to the storm, before you call this the final chapter, lean in and listen. There is still divine ink on your pages. God is still writing. He has not laid the pen down. Not for a moment. He's not pacing heaven nervously. He's crafting purpose patiently. He hasn't walked away. He's right here, closer than your next breath. Darkness isn't evidence of absence. Silence isn't proof of abandonment. Uncertainty isn't a sign of being unloved. Even when you feel forgotten, even when the path is hidden, even when your hands are trembling, God is still God. Still moving, still planning, still protecting, still good. Sometimes the most sacred ground looks like heartbreak and silence. Sometimes God's greatest work is hidden in the places we avoid the most, in the quiet, in the loneliness, in the shadows, in the waiting. He's not absent there, he's active. So what if this pain isn't punishment, but preparation? What if this waiting isn't wasted, but woven with wisdom? What if this wilderness is holy, and you're standing on sacred soil without even realizing it yet? You are not forgotten. Heaven hasn't turned its face from you. You are not invisible. You are not too far gone. You are seen, known, held, and deeply, eternally loved, by the one whom knit you together, and still calls you his. And he's not just watching your life unfold, he's writing it with a love deeper than oceans. Every tear is ink. Every moment, intentional. Every broken piece, part of a masterpiece in motion. Line by line, scar by scar, breakthrough by breakthrough. He's writing you into glory. Delays are not denials. Detours are not disasters. What feels like an ending might be the start of something eternal. What seems like loss may be the soul of legacy. Remember, before resurrection, there was a crucifixion. Before light shattered the tomb, there was darkness wrapped in grief. Before celebration, there was mourning. God doesn't bypass pain, he transforms it. He resurrects it. He doesn't fast forward through your hard chapters. He enters into them with you. He walks the valley. He sits in the sorrow. He redeems every line. He gives meaning to the moments you thought would break you. He turns ashes into beauty. Joseph knew isolation before elevation. David knew fear before the crown. Ruth knew loss before legacy. Esther knew risk before reward. And Jesus was crushed before he was crowned. He bled so you could belong. So why do you believe your pain disqualifies you? Why do you think your brokenness is too much? What if the cracks are the very places where God's glory will shine through the brightest? What if your deepest pain becomes your greatest platform? You've come through storms others never saw. You've cried prayers no one heard. You've kept walking when quitting seemed easier. You've survived things you never thought you'd make it through. That's not weakness. That's courage wrapped in grace. That's holy resilience. You are not fragile. You are being formed. God isn't finished, he's faithful. And he does his best work not when you're perfect, but when you're surrendered. Let go of the pressure to perform. Release the lie that says you're too late. Shut down the voice that whispers you're not enough, because in God's hands, you're more than enough. You're chosen, called, carried, loved, empowered, and held. Look at your hands, they still move. Feel your breath, you're still alive. That means purpose still pulses through your veins. There are still pages to turn, prayers to be answered, healing to be uncovered, glory to be revealed, hope to be resurrected. Do not let the enemy deceive you. This valley is not your forever. This storm is not your stopping place. His whisper is louder than fear if you pause long enough to hear it. Breathing. Let the truth sink deeper than your doubt. Your life is not over. Your purpose is not on pause. God is not finished. He's still working behind the curtain, building what you can't yet see. You don't need clarity to keep walking. You just need trust. Just enough faith to take the next step. To stay planted. To keep showing up. Even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. Sometimes the greatest display of faith is simply staying. Staying when everything inside you says flee. Staying when your heart is shattered. Staying when hope seems far. Faith isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just refusing to leave the altar. God can do more with your surrendered heart than you can do with all your striving. He's still writing. And the pages ahead, they carry redemption. They drip with peace. They hold healing and hope and holy surprises. So turn the page. Step out of the shadow of shame. Step into the light of what's next. Grace already paved the road. And mercy meets you in the moment. You were created on purpose. You were designed with destiny. You were called for this time, this season, this exact moment. You were not a mistake. You were a message, a light in the dark. Lift your eyes. Straighten your spine. Let the fire of faith rise again. You've been through the flood, but you did not drown. You walked through fire, but you're not ashes. You've tasted sorrow, but joy is coming. Let the world witness a story written by heaven. Let them see a life redeemed by love. Let your scars sing songs of survival. Let your testimony shake chains off others. And when they ask, how did you survive? How did you stand? How did you keep going? You'll say, I didn't. God did. He held me. He wrote through every tear. He never dropped the pen. So don't give up. Don't walk away. Don't stop turning the page. There's more to come. More beauty. More healing. More purpose. And he's not done with you yet.